Then you want to jump in and, either give them a compliment or even better, give them a validation, right? So I talk a little bit about this where, telling someone, hey, I really enjoy your content, or I really like that post that you made on LinkedIn, right? That's a great compliment. That's going to give them, a dopamine rush. They're going to feel good about it. But what's even more powerful is if you can back up that compliment with validation, right? And what that means is, hey, I really enjoyed that post that you made on LinkedIn, right? I found it very insightful and thought provoking. And this is how I was able to apply it to my situation. And this is the impact that it had, right? This is the result that I got. I landed an interview. I got a, certain percentage open rate increase over the last messages I've sent, etc. So if you can hit someone with validation in terms of impact on how they actually had a positive impact on you, that's going to be much more powerful than, a generic compliment like, I really enjoy your work, or I'm a big fan, etc. Right? Go that extra mile and you're going to get an even better response from the person that you're reaching out to. Your post stood out to me because it changed the way that I think about reaching out to people through email, right? I took what you taught and I applied it to my situation, sent an email, and actually ended up getting a positive response from it, right? And you can even include like a little screenshot or something just to like put some icing on the cake, right? The reason I'm reaching out is, right, then you want to give some context, right? Now you have their attention. Why are they going to keep reading, right? So give them context. The reason I'm reaching out is XYZ, right? This is the connection that you want to make with your prospect. What is it that you are able to offer them? What can you help them see that they necessarily wouldn't have seen before, right? So for example, the reason I'm reaching out is that I noticed that, your website has, multiple typos on it or something like that, right? Something simple. Let's say you're selling like spell checker software, whatever, right? How are you ensuring that some of these errors are caught before they reach the public, right? That's an example of a targeted question, right? You can ask them a question that kind of illuminates a problem that either they know they have already, or maybe they don't know that they have, right? Then you kind of get them thinking, you ask them that targeted question, right? And then you tie it back. Maybe you have a solution for that, right? What we've found is that XYZ. And once you can tie that solution and, keep their attention in that message, then you have the permission to say, does this sound like something you might be interested in? What you want to avoid, believe it or not, is asking for time, right? And that initial message, like 9 out of 10 people are going to ask for time, right? You're better off asking for interest, right? I say this sometimes where the best call to action is no call to action, right? So your call to action is usually like the part of the email, like, what do you want them to do, right? Do you have 15 minutes? Can I pick your brain? Will you grant me an interview, etc.? Right? These are like very high pressure commitments that they need to make. And in a lot of ways, actually, what we have found the most success with is just literally ending with nothing, right? Best, sign your name, and that's it. There's no point in a lot of ways of asking them for that next step, right? Especially if you're reaching out for a job or you're reaching out for a sale. Like, they know the deal. They know why you're reaching out, right? They're going to ask you. They're going to lean into you. They're going to say, you know what, this does sound interesting. Do you have 15 minutes next week to chat about it? Or, thanks so much for your email. I really appreciate the thoughtful message. Have you applied yet? Why don't you apply on our website and I'll get you connected with the hiring manager for an interview, right? Give them the reins, right? You open the door, but let them lean in and be the ones to actually drive the next steps. You're going to get a lot more you're gonna get a lot less friction when you do it that way versus trying to like pressure them, because everybody's reaching out to them saying, hey, can I have 15 minutes? Can I have 10 minutes? Can I have 30 seconds? Can I have an interview? Can you make this introduction for me? Whatever. In a lot of ways, the best call to action is no call to action.